Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Bitcoin Liz and it is as always amazing to be back with you, and especially a day like this when I haven't been with you for a couple of days. I was supposed to record yesterday, but this studio was occupied by someone, you probably know who, for 4 hours, and so I couldn't record, and therefore I'm coming to you today, and it's so amazing to be back with you because I have really missed you. So it feels amazing to be back with you on this Friday. And of course there has been so many crazy things going on the market. I mean, we did see Bitcoin steadily going up. I mean, we had a golden cross, everything was fine, and then we saw this huge dump. So we will discuss that, what was the reason for that, or at least speculate a little bit. And then we will also go into a technical analysis. I will present to you another indicator that I have been using that is very good for you to know if you want to make your own technical analysis at home. So definitely stay tuned for that. But okay, let's talk about the Bitcoin price. I mean, this is crazy what we have seen. I mean, we had the golden cross, and previously we have seen 170% gains in a couple of months after golden cross. So we were probably all like so ready to finally go when we were like buckled up and we're ready. But then we saw this huge dump. I mean, $1,000 in a couple of hours this week. It's crazy. It's actually like the 5th largest dump that we have seen in Bitcoin history. So it's definitely a big significant dump. And of course there's a lot of speculation what was the cause for this dump. And if you kind of look in when you analyze it, I mean, we do have still some CME gaps that haven't been filled, so those are probably like the only actual bearish signals that we do have. But I mean, CME gaps per se, they don't always have to get filled. So I didn't really see that as a very significant bearish signal that we should keep an eye on. I mean, of course, you kind of have them in mind and know that they can be filled, but I wouldn't expect that this kind of dump that we actually saw. And of course, our eyes turned to the exchanges. I mean, Binance did have a maintenance, and it wasn't available. And the same with Coinbase. I mean, Coinbase was shut down. So imagine having these two exchanges that have so much liquidity. If you put them together, both are unavailable at the same time. I mean, imagine how small the market is left there that actually can be trading. Of course, it's so easy to actually manipulate that. I mean, if you have little money, it's quite easy to have an impact on the market and to manipulate the price if you have the intention to do that. So if you have the intention to do that, it's the perfect opportunity to do it when two really big exchanges are not available. So someone took advantage of that. Probably, I mean, these are still, there's pure speculations. No one haven't confirmed this really, but that's probably what happened. That is because, I mean, that is the perfect opportunity to do it when we have two exchanges down and you want to dump and want to manipulate the market. That is when you do it, right? Okay guys, let's jump into the good stuff, which of course is today's indicator, which is the Mayer multiple that I want to present to you. You probably heard of it before if you have been around for a while in this space, and it's quite broadly used when you are analyzing Bitcoin. It's definitely an indicator that you should keep an eye on if you want to do your own technical analysis at home. So I will pull it up here on the screen. So there are different ways you can take a look at it, and you can choose which one you like the most, which kind of color themes and ways you like to see it at the most. I will present to you a couple of them and just pick the one you like the most in the end. So first, before we jump into this, I want to give you a brief background for this indicator. It was created by Trace Mayer, and it was basically, he created it as a way to analyze the price of Bitcoin in a more historical context. So Trace Mayer himself, if you don't know, he was one of Bitcoin's earliest investors, and he was also a key person when it comes to proof of key movement. So he's definitely an important person for the Bitcoin space. And it's, as said before, it's kind of nice to have a different type of indicator that is kind of more born from this actual industry than have the other indicators, which usually are for more traditional finance. So what does the Mayer multiple tell us? Well, first of all, it does not tell us whether we should buy, sell, or hold, which of course we wish an indicator would do, but it's not as simple as that. What it does tell us, or what it helps us to determine, is whether Bitcoin is overbought, fairly priced, or undervalued. So you kind of can see the similarities to moving average here probably. So the Mayer multiple is the multiple of the current Bitcoin price over the 200-day average. 200 moving average. So you can probably see that you are comparing it to the 200-day moving average. And ever since the creation of Bitcoin, the average daily Mayer multiple has approximately been 1.44. So what you can say is that most often we have been quite steadily above the 200-day moving average. When you're using this indicator, you should keep an eye on two specific values. The first one is 1. And it's quite simple. Any value above 1 means that Bitcoin's price has risen above the 200-day moving average. That's actually a state we are in currently. We do have the value at 1.11, which means that we are above the 200-day moving average. And as you probably have figured out, any value above 1 means that we are below 1 means that we are below the 200-day moving average. The current price is below 200-day moving average. And the other value that you should keep an eye on is 2.4. And that one we can see clearly here in this version below here. It's kind of drawn as a line, as a roof here. And why? Why do you have 2.4 as a roof or as a top there? Well, any multiple above 2.4 threshold has historically shown that it's a beginning of a speculative bubble. And we all know what usually happens with these bubbles. Well, they eventually burst. And so Trace Mayer, he created simulations and he gathered a lot of historical data, and he got a result that indicated that the best long-term results were gathered when you were buying Bitcoin when the Mayer multiple was below 2.4. So 2.4 is actually a very significant number you should keep an eye on when you are looking at Mayer multiple. So if we are 2.4 or above, it's definitely not a good time to accumulate Bitcoin, so to say. So here you see two different versions of how you can look at it. The first one only is taking into look at the first value, which is number 1. And here you do have the both here. So you see the line of 2.4, and then you can see how the daily ones are performing. But you can also take a more look at, for example, by price bands that you can see at digitalic.net. I mean, here you can see a more overview of how the markets have performed. And I mean, currently you can see we are quite in between a bullish and a bearish scenario. I mean, it's like quite specifically in the middle. And I mean, you have seen how the markets have behaved, or how Bitcoin's price have behaved recently. So you can probably understand why we are in the middle. I mean, did start pumping, and then all of a sudden the dump. So, and now we have kind of stabilized a little bit. So this definitely shows that it's confirming it basically. So anyway, guys, that's what I wanted to share with you today, the Mayer multiple, and of course, the discussion of the Bitcoin dump. Let me know in the comments what you think, if the dump was a manipulation or you have any other thoughts about that. And also let me know if you have used the Mayer multiple before and used it to analyze the price of Bitcoin. Or if you have any other indicator that you are using and that's your favorite one, let me know in the comments below. And guys, of course, I really want to ask you to just subscribe to my channel. It means so much to me. And also leave a like. And as I said, if you appreciate this video, also comment it below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'm so looking forward to hang out with you again tomorrow. See you then. Goodbye.